Today in Cartoon Breaking News, the highlights of this video. The first is basically Family Guy being removed, but the main day that will be released. Very controversial in rumors to be actually bought by Hulu. But that plus more later on. The second highlight is basically controversial of a new anime series called Mr. Birchum from Disney Plus. More about that later on. And the third highlight of this, basically controversial new series is Universal Guide that got a season 2 and people are not liking about it. And plus so much more later on in Cartoon Breaking News. Now, this is the first time on my channel. My name is Rachel. I like to talk about animation, not just animation, to reviews, first impressions, cartoon theories, and sometimes, if I have some spare time, Cartoon Breaking News. Of course, if you like how it's going, you want to help my channel, put a like, comment, and subscribe. That's all you need to do, nothing that much. Of course, if you don't, that's fine too. Now let's start with the Cartoon Breaking News of the day. Now, our first segment is from ToonHub, posting of XJ9 and the Cat. The animated short fan film by MLRT Reboot has been actually dropped on YouTube. And this fan short of My Life with a Teenage Robot, or aka Jenny, especially this 2 or 3 minute short about Jenny sort of kind of using a cat as cover. Now it worked. It's very short, has no dialogue, but goddamn, it was a really great short. It's something that if you're a fan of My Life as a Teenage Robot, this sort of extra content if you want more of it. It's one of those, if you're not a fan or never heard of that anime series, I still recommend it because it's beautiful made. It's sort of that dripping of animation talent that they really care about this IP. So they very carefully restored a lot of ideas of that anime series into this short. It's just so well made. It feels something you could put it in the very beginning of an animated film, if just to start the people watching a film. And it's that good. I highly recommend it. It's a level of sort of Pixar sort of well handled. But besides that, let's talk about the next segment of this cartoon news. Now, another one from ToonHub, basically posting on their Twitter account, basically saying season 1 finale of Hades Anu will premiere on Disney Channel tomorrow. That'll be on Saturday the 18th. Depends when I post this, probably on Wednesday. It'll be a couple days late, but you get the idea. Have you seen it? Have you finished it? Do you like it? You hate it? Tell me down below. Let me know. For right now, there is no update for a season 2. People are still worrying about that could be a canceled season after one season. Maybe, we just don't know. Depends of the higher ups how they feeling, if feel this be worth it or not. We just don't know. Just see what happens. Now let's talk about the next cartoon segment of this Cartoon Breaking News. Now, another one from ToonHub posting a new poster and the trailer of Ultraman Rising animated film from Netflix will be dropping on June 14. Now, this Ultraman, I seen the trailer, and I think it's okay. And some of the fans who actually love Ultraman are a little bit concerned, but someone will admit if they allow people to get into Ultraman, they will be okay with it. In a way, yeah, this is meant for a more American soft way to introduce Ultraman. As a Ultraman semi-fan, I'm not a hardcore fan. I kind of see a little bit of Ultraman. I do like it, but not everything I actually seen or understand about Ultraman. But even that said, I saw the trailer. It doesn't feel like Ultraman. Ultraman has sort of a vibe of it, more Japanese inspired because it is Japanese. This feels more American than anything else, especially all the cheap dialect they use that kind of very worries me. But once again, this is meant for basically attract more people for the Ultraman franchise. It's one of those you have to take a hit to bring more people into the franchise. It's up to you. Are you okay with it? You seen to trade it? Do you like it? Do you hate it? Because I feel a little bit in between. Because it's just the dialogue of some of the things they said of this movie, especially Ultraman becoming sort of a babysitter of this kaiju. It's weird, but once again, it is Ultraman. It is sort of experimental, But once more, that's sort of my opinion. I'm not sure I will actually like it. But once again, I will give it a chance. If probably I will review this on the near future. But all of that, how you feel about the trailer? Do you like it? You are interested? Tell me down below. Let me know. Now let's talk about the next segment. Now, another one from Toonhub posting the first animated film from 10 Lives will appear on theaters on October the 11th. Now, if you don't never heard of 10 Lives, it's basically a British film, but what I heard or what I seen in the trailer, what is exactly this about, is basically this cat who has 10 lives, and every time he spent one, he doesn't regret it, but they keep telling him you gotta waste all your chances, but he's not really listening. But the more he keep doing it, the more he realized maybe I should start listening. Maybe I should become a better person. And that's sort of the idea of the whole film. But people who actually watched it, specifically British nerds who like animated series or animated movies, did say this is super basic British type of humor. There's never really nothing that grand, that great. It's just super basic. So yeah, basically this could be a 5 out of 10 type of film. But be heard, I have not seen this film. I have heard of it, seen the trailer, but the nerds of the other side of the pond did say it's not worth your time. Only if you're gonna watch this in maybe a streaming service, maybe. But all of that is still 5 out of 10. At least that's what I heard. I don't know you. Have you seen this film or not, or heard of it? Because I've not heard any good vibes about this film. It's sort of very basic. Basic, I mean, is sort of what people think animated films should be. Is that what animated movies shouldn't be? And this one is shouldn't. And because sometimes people will make animated movies just care about the cash, not the art, or they want to tell something really funny. This is super basic. Once again, I have not seen it. I'm just repeating the same things people have said. That's why I keep asking, have you seen it? Do you like it? If not, tell me down below, let me know. And let's talk about the next news segment. Yeah, another one from Tomb Hub is they actually posted on their website or their Twitter account basically actually The Kingdom of Nubia, a French animated movie exclusively released on theaters in 2026. If you never heard of Axurus, it's basically a comic book sort of character who is sort of a smart, short kind of Viking that he has a magic potion to give him super strength to defend all the invaders of his home country. And that's basically it. But interesting enough, they always attempted to maybe cross here in the West, but every time they do, it's sort of a failure. I've seen a little bit of the show and maybe seen some of the trailers, but I've never seen the movie. In fact, if I'm correct, please correct me down below. This is the second animated movie they actually made. I could be wrong, but I'm 100% sure it's the second one. But of course, do I recommend it? It's something why maybe say maybe it works better if the original language than English, but you know that it's still a very enjoyable time. Now, how to describe the whole franchise is sort of the Scooby-Doo. Their version of Scooby-Doo is basically they have their adventures, stop the evil bad guy trying to evade them, and that's it. That's the whole gimmick now it works. But instead of the characters themselves who sells the whole IP. If you like the characters, you like the franchise. All of that, I really don't have much to say because I don't have enough experience watching this IP. Once again, I've seen a little bit of the show and some parts of the game of based on this franchise. But all of that, that's all I actually can say. In fact, if you've seen this franchise, you grow up this franchise, tell me down below how you feel about this. Even the movies or the franchise any good or the quality drop. Tell me down below. And I got nothing else to say, just let's talk about the next segment. Now, this segment is from Cartoon Empire posting there will be Indie Animation Day is on May 16. If you don't know what's Indie Animation Day, it's basically a set of highlights of all the other indies on development posting on this specific day so you can have traction of the indie underground indie animation sort of project to basically highlight. And believe me, on the 16th, a lot of indies drop. A lot of them really stands out. But I won't mention all of them because it's just so many. But I'll really mention probably one. Probably be Pan Pizza one. You probably have heard of if you see his podcast or his YouTube channel. Especially, he dropped sort of a 2 or 3 minute segment of his own animation of Loki RL that he will never stop talking about it. Every time there's a chance, he does talk about it because he's funny making it. And something that was sort of developed for years. But besides that, you can watch it on his Facebook account, Twitter account, or even Toonhub have his own sort of kind of image what this animated project really is. It's something really interesting because the guy over the years just sort of hyping this indie project, but he never got the chance to do it till finally last year, if I'm correct. He decided to actually make it, and after that, right now, still close to finishing from the project. And something, if you're a fan of Pan Pizza, Odie's heard of him making this because he will not stop talking about it because he needs to keep promoting it. But besides that, it's one of those that actually really stands out because his sort of art style is sort of very angular. He also, the idea of Loki ROL is basically sort of a bunch of IPs who try to be irrelevant or try to become iconic have to basically face with each other one to prove they're actually worth it. Sort of like JoJo in a way. But once again, it's sort of the idea of artists creating specific IP to stand out. When stand out is to a sort of battle. And that's basically the idea of Loki ROL, in other words. But all of that, do you care? You've heard of Pan Pizza? Do you actually want to see this project? Tell me down below. Let me know. Let's talk about the next segment. Now, I have to admit, ToonHub is on fire with all this news. And the next news post they actually posted on their Twitter account is basically saying Rooster Teeth has officially been closed down after 21 years. He started in 2003 to 2024. Now, if you never heard of Rooster Teeth, it's the people who created Ruby and also that sort of Aspire Halo show, Red vs. Blue. But the reason sort of shut down is all the controversy, mismanaged the business. He also selling the company with Warner Brothers. Now Warner Brothers sort of decided they're not necessary anymore. They decided to delete it and sell all the parts of different networks. All of that, that's what happened to Rooster Teeth. It's sort of sad how great they actually were, not become sort of sellouts, mismanaged, and also all the controversy you will not believe. So many controversies. This is sort of the reason why it sort of went down. I won't go every single one, but you get the idea. Of course, before the whole company went down, they have the bottom out animated movie of Red vs. Blue to end everything. In other words, that's basically their buying out animated project. In other words, all of that. Are you sad or not? You stop caring? Tell me down below. Let me know. Now let's talk about the next animation news. Now, this is from Cartoon Empire posting that Bluey bonus episode minisodes from the title called Canine News with Snickers will be released today, will be on basically the 17th. But besides that, it's sort of not fully confirmed this is its own thing or this is sort of the confirmed mini series that was sort of described on the original creators. That basically the mini series or mini episodes is basically a minute to kind of bite-sized episodes of some of the characters, but we don't know if this is the starting point or something left over of the show. There's nothing fully confirmed, but it's something if you want to see or love Bluey, there's still some more content if you want to see it. Is all of that, that's all about the post is saying. Be honest, I never seen Bluey, but I heard it's pretty perfect. I've seen clips of it, like a little bit here, a little bit there, but I can see why people really like it. Even if you've seen the little clips, you understand why people love Bluey. But besides that, how you feeling? This actually worked for you? Is not? Do you care? Tell me down below. Let me know. Let's talk about the next news segment. Now, this is from Culture Grave. If you don't know who that is, it's sort of a Twitter account slash X account. This sort of news scooper who posted things that he heard about Hollywood, that people he knows. But besides that, he is 100 legitimate. Everything he drops is true. And this is one of his scoops. One of the first images of the animated series of not Transformers, Terminator. And they're just four different posts. Each post looks tight. There's one of the T-1000 skin ripping off, seeing his robot eyes. Another one kind of the smoke. The third image is basically using that time travel machine to go see the different time period, and the other is seeing the other end of the not teleporter to be on the main timeline. You have all of them look great. Also, I like the vibe of the image. That sort of kind of darkness, kind of bleak kind of feeling. It feels like the original Terminator. Of course, another thought I always wanted a Terminator animated series because let's face it, if they do something like in the original movies, they're usually downgrading in the animated series. Very few can actually do as equal as the films. And this one feels it could be really good or really bad. We just don't know. But for right now, seems very promising. Of course, if you want to know where it'll be dropping, this will be dropping on Netflix on August 29th. If you're curious and actually want to see this, because I will see it. Even if I'm not sure I'm going to review it or not, I will still see it because I am the Terminator fan. Of course, I kind of lost interest after the third film. The rest I stopped watching because I stopped caring because it sort of ruined the franchise. Except for the Chronicles one, the one for the Fox TV series, that was still pretty good. If you're a fan, I recommend the TV series of the Terminator. But other than that, the anime series feels very promising. It feels like the original first one, that sort of kind of horror feel, that darkness, dread, sci-fi film. It feels it got a slap. At least that's what it looked the first images. I could be wrong. Hopefully I'm not. Hoping it needs to be good. Doesn't need to be amazing because how the film becomes trash. Hopefully this could be good. That's all I ask. Just be good. Not amazing. You don't need to be amazing. Just passable enough to be we still got it kind of feeling. But besides that, how you feeling? Are you hyped or not? Tell me down below. Let me know. Now let's talk about the next news segment. Now, this is from Disgusting Films Twitter account /X that are a very reliable scooper. They're actually saying that the video wants to play Wario for the sequel of Super Mario Brothers movie. In other words, you know what? I don't think it's the best choice to put Dan DeVito because he is basically a warrior in other words, because he is that vibe, that sort of disgusting, horrible, does whatever he needs to survive kind of vibe. But once again, I'll be okay with it if he doesn't pretend to be Italian, just be himself, because at the very end, that's what Warrior really is. Dan DeVito. Dan DeVito was born to play Warrior. But other than that, it's one of the few actors that I'm okay with playing this specific character because it just makes sense. Just please, oh god, do not do like the last film. Make a fake Italian accent. If you can do it. If you don't do it. Don't half-ass it, in other words. That's the thing kind of pissing me off the first film that I don't want to see. If they cast Dan DeVito, I probably will watch it because just at him, because he is that talented. And yes, he is also a good voice actor. He's a few celebrities that I will actually recommend highly to watch any animated movie he actually comes out with because he is a good voice actor. He is understanding how to act in the voice. But other than that, what's your opinion? You think this a good idea to put Dan DeVito as Wario or not? Even that, remember, he is a good voice actor. If you actually heard his work, he does deliver. But other than that, it's nothing really fully confirmed that he actually is Warrior. It's just he wants to play it, just to confirm that. That's all you can say about this segment. How you felt about this? You think he's the perfect person for this part? Tell me down below. Let me know. Let's talk about the next news segment. Another one from Tomb Hub posting for the day Earth blew up. This is basically a sort of update that will be confirming will be an hour and 25 minutes long. He also confirming will be released on the festival called Annecy on June 11th. So this is sort of true. This is the thing what a lot of fans want to hear. They want to hear if they got post this on the film festival, because there's a small chance they'll leak the trailer or leak some clips on that. So June the 11th, post it on your calendar. So hopefully someone has the nerve to leak at least an image or some sort of trailer just to see of this film, to see the glory of Looney Tunes. Just remember, try not to pirate this, because at the very end it's all about the money. Because Warner Brothers, if they finally put this in theaters, and they will, you must vote for your wallet. Prove to them that Looney Tune is that type of valuable. Prove to them, buy a ticket for your friend, your family, and just go with it. Because animation is trying to be snuffed up by WB. Prove WB we are here. We want this. Pay, vote for your wallet, in other words. And that's all I can say. Hopefully it'll be successful. Hopefully they drop the trailer very soon. Just tell me down below how you felt for this. Are you hyped? Will you go to the theaters for this film? Tell me down below. Let me know. Let's talk about the next segment. Now, this segment is especially focused on the controversy of Mr. Birchum. I think that's supposed to say it, but if you never heard of it, it's basically a cartoon created from the Daily Wire Plus streaming service. But there's some people they cover it, like SS Mark, who actually reviewed the first two episodes. That if you want to know more, watch that specific video. It explains everything. But this is sort of the downgraded explanation, because Mr. Birchum is basically it goes super hard. A lot of different streaming services or a lot of different networks will not pick this up because it's just too unwoke, unapologetic. But people who watch it or watch the trailer, it's the opposite. It feels 20 or 25 years late. It feels, what I understand, almost like Family Guy season 1, sort of, we're not sure what we're doing. And even that, some of the jokes is not really jokes, it's just observations. Of course, a good joke is an observation of the sort of subject matter, but saying something funny, something you not fully realize. That's how you do a joke, how Family Guy or any other comedian does. But the only thing the show sort of don't remember, specifically adult cartoon comedies, that making a cartoon comedy takes a long time. It takes about 2 to 3 years. Even in your first time you're doing the first season, it takes probably longer. Only if you're especially Fox, you can easily do 2 years straight making another animated project, another animated project, because they have a system set up. It doesn't take as long. They take about 6 months because Fox has a system. But besides that, that's probably the one of the biggest mistakes of adult animation. Of course, you want to know what it's about Mr. Birchum. He's basically a guy who is old time, that he believes the old ways is better. He's sort of a conservative sort of guy that everybody hates, and he usually is right. That's sort of the focus of the whole show. But the only problem is the show is boring, and possibly the comedy is not well made. This is the reason why it sort of drags. On top of all this, it has some controversy that allow a gay character be there, or at least more than one, and some of the conservative doesn't like that. You understand that's their thing, but yet you have to be aware this is comedy. You need material, you need other basically diversify a lot of people around you so you can make fun of it, because that is your material. Without them, you can't make a show. You cannot make a simple sort of conservative comedy, because you need material. We could do that probably 1 or 2 episodes. So you need to say much more. This is the reason why a lot of comedians go the extra step, go more in deeper or more different subject matters to actually make more jokes. That's how you do a show. If you're sort of, oh, I have to have this conservative mindset, that's fine. But you need to build comedy. You need to get your jokes somewhere. Once again, it's sort of how you do a show. But of course, because of the controversy, because the show's sort of boring, you have a lot of angry hype, in other words. But you want to know more about the show or what it is, I highly recommend watch LS Mark a video he made a few days ago or a week ago, depends when I upload this video, that he explains so much better in the history of Mr. Bertram because it's a really well made video. But besides that, if you heard of this or not, do you care? Tell me down below. Let me know. I got nothing else to say. Let's talk about the next segment. Now, another controversy in the content community, specifically Fox Animation Domination, they actually released a new anime series called, give me a second here, I almost forgot the name, A Universal Basic Guide. That's basically replacing Homebroken, in other words. And you know what? Fans are not happy because the animation looks cheap and it feels very basic. In fact, even more angrier, people are mad that they move this specific show the same spot of Family Guy because Family Guy was removed a completely different day. In other words, and this is why people are pissed off. One, the animation doesn't look good, doesn't look tight. On top of all this, they remove Family Guy a completely different day because people are assuming Family Guy would tend to be killed off by Fox. But there are rumors that they believe the reason they're doing this, they want to kill off Family Guy so Hulu can pick it up and use it as specials. This is the reason why they have two specials straight from Hulu just for Hulu to test it out. So if this works, 100% sure Hulu will actually pick it up and just keep rerunning new seasons or new specials of Family Guy there. And also, people don't like this new anime series. There's sort of a mixed bag of the universal guide, in other words, that people don't like a lot of things. Some people will give it a chance. In fact, I probably will give it a chance and probably maybe review it. I'm not sure. But once more, it doesn't seem nothing special. It feels like Mr. Birchum all over again. On top of all this had renewed a second season. But to be fair, that's a lie. Usually what Fox does is actually do two seasons or 20 episode order it cut in half. Call one season 1, the other half season 2. But at the very end, it's one complete season. And once more, that's just sort of a trick they use to not pay the animators. He also gave more promotion of, oh look, we are this confident of this anime series. We have two seasons because we are this confident. No, that's a lie. That's just sort of more fake hype to get people more invested in watching this. But it seems to me they're sort of desperate of this that maybe they spent the wrong money on the wrong project. But I have to admit, at least Fox is trying because you have to admit the last couple of anime series they chose are very different. This one feels what people are tired of. That 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 guy, that father, that coach in this case, who knows everything, but he's loud, mean, and in charge, but he doesn't know what he's doing. And that feels the same thing you did like the rest of the shows, like The Simpsons or Family Guy or American Dad. It just feels more the same. Nothing really that creative. And that's, I think, one of the biggest problems of adult animation. That don't realize people are tired of this. If you give it different animation, they will nitpick it. But do something enough different, people will still complain, but yet people will be a little bit interested to see why you removed their favorite show for this show. Of course, I've not seen the show because it's not yet come out, but when it finally come out, you can tell if this is worth it or not. Tell me down below how you thought about this news. Do you like it? Do you hate you have interest of this new anime series? No, yes, tell me down below. Let me know. I got nothing else to say. Just let's talk about the next segment. Now, this is from the statement of Indian Animation Network, the Twitter/X account. They actually posted something so interesting that I wanted to talk about. That's basically officially the pilot of Pride Misfits by Crash Takeo is now released on YouTube, and that something I actually talked about the last cartoon statement that possibly were sort of started kickstarting or announcing this animated project, and we didn't know when it could be dropping off, but it seems they dropped out on the May 16th. This recording that was yesterday, but I have chance to see a little bit of this. I'm not sure I'll make a full video, but maybe, but depends. But besides that, it seems very promising and the art is great. If you want to see this, you can see it on YouTube. It's basically free. It's under I think 2,000 views right now, but yet I'm not sure it's any good. But I've seen just a little bit of clips on it. It feels very promising. In fact, have you seen it? Do you think it's any good? Tell me down below. Let me know. And that's basically what I wanted to say because it's just sort of interesting. You also try to promote any indie animated project because we need to help each other just to rise up to be noticed in other words. All of that, let's talk about the next animated project or cartoon news. Now, this statement is from Animation Magazine, basically posted on their website, an adventure hate pig starring James Sudeikis from AGM or GFM, in other words. And that's the first thing caught my attention. What do you mean hit pig? Basically, this is sort of a very popular book based on the book of Animal Farm. If you never heard of Animal Farm, don't worry. I'm also the same boat. I'm first I never heard of it, but I started reading what it is about. I started to remember what is about this book. Animal Farm is basically an allegory of a bunch of animals who rise up on the farm coop and kick out the farmer that created his own society. But in the very end, it's sort of an allegory of each animal, what position a person really is. Like basically the horse who will never stop working. That basically is allegory of people who are basically slaves who never stop working because there's not enough money to actually go around. They have to keep working because they don't get paid enough. But once more, get the idea what is Animal Farm. Well, Hit Pig is sort of based on Animal Farm. It's sort of kind of inspired by it, but how the story of Hit Pig really is basically this basically guy who is a pig who is a bunny hunter hunting down other animals to bring back to the masters. And the first couple pages of Hit Pig, the book, basically he hunted down a guy who is called Pickles, who ran away from a farm, not farm, run away from a circus and trying to bring him back. But Hit Pig doesn't mind doing this job because he's so used to it. But the whole book point out is it's not what you're looking for, it's what you are. And that's basically the focus of this project. It's sort of Hit Pig sort of realizing maybe what he's doing, maybe it's not the right thing for him or the person he hunted down, this animal. But what's more, this is sort of like a spin-off series or a continuation of Animal Farm, but more steampunk, futuristic sort of take. That's sort of what described here in the website of Animation Magazine. But it really grabbed my attention because just the title, Hit Pig, and also Animal Farm, it's just sort of weird and out there, but yet it sort of makes sense. In fact, Animal Farm was adapted a couple of times, but I never thought they actually did animate anything. I'm not sure if they actually did adapt it to animation. They did adapt it to a live action movie, also a TV movie, but I don't know what else. After that, that's all I know about this basically project. But it did grab my attention. At first, I wasn't sure, but how they explain it, it does grab your attention how they depict this because the original book is quite dark. In fact, each adaptation of Animal Farm is a very dark, grim sort of story. It's sort of a novella, in other words. But I think this is the first time they decide to adapt it to an animated movie, or at least CGI. But at the same time, this same company who did buy the rights of Pulse of Fury. And that wasn't a really good animated movie. But hopefully this is sort of a made movie from that. They didn't buy it, they made it. This is from the UK. So hopefully this is actually well made, interesting, hopefully dark and funny because it's supposed to be also funny and dark. So reflecting of the person pick hit to actually realize what he's doing. But once more, it sounds interesting, but at the same time, you can easily mess up. But once more, it's sort of up to you. Are you interested of this? Because I'm sort of surprised they want to adapt this. But once more, this could be good, could be bad. We just don't know. See what the trailer come out and the movie finally come out in theaters. Hopefully it comes through. I don't know you what you think about this project. Are you interested or not? Tell me down below. Let me know. Let's talk about the next animated project. Now, another one from Animation Magazine, basically posting on their own website, Disney Zombies Reanimated series will come out on June 28th. Now, if you never heard of Zombies Reanimated, it's basically the Zombies franchise they made straight to a TV networks. Basically, it's sort of a musical versus werewolves and zombies. And no, zombies versus people. The sequel is sort of zombies versus werewolves, and the third final movie is zombies versus werewolves and whatever aliens now words. You see, I'm not that interested in reading this, but to me, they decided to reboot the series, but not really reboot the series. We just continue on just resetting using a time travel machine of one of the aliens so we can bring all our fans. Basically, a soft reboot. But other than that, what I have seen or seen the trailers of the original, that's basically sort of allegory of racism, trying to stop it, and also trying to save the town. And that's sort of repeat and rinse of rest of the sequels because it's basically the same thing with music. But they decided to make this an anime series. But at the same time, I'm wondering, so you have a friend who has a time turning machine to reset time just to redo high school just because you want to hang out with friends. I mean, why? I mean, let's face it, nobody want to go back to high school. Only people are nerds, but even the nerds will say, yeah, I like school, but I don't like people. And this is sort of weird, but once again, mostly the movie are fun and cheery, so you can actually enjoy it. But I don't know you, are you interested in this? I'm not, but at the same time, curious. I'm like, I may watch one episode just for curiosity's sake. I don't know if I'm gonna review it, but I am sort of curious what it actually can do. But I did heard the series, it is fun. I mean, it is kind of dumb fun. But after that, I don't know you. Are you hyped for this? Do you care? Or you're not interested? Or you drop off after the first film? Tell me down below. Let me know. Let's talk about the next segment. Now, this is part of our final segment from the day. This is from Nickelodeon Live, a channel that basically reports all Nickelodeon or premium news of animation. And this actually stated on one of their websites saying Nickelodeon got the approval to buy the rights of the Five Worlds, the graphic novel series. That was very popular. They actually have 5 books. Now, the question is, what is the Five Worlds? Now, the Five Worlds is basically follow basically 3 characters who have 5 different planets, trying these 3 kids who attempted to save them. Each kid belongs to one world. The first one is Yun Z, the second is Jax, and also Un Lee. I know I butchered it, I'm sorry, but besides that, each kid sort of represent a specific planet where they actually live, but all 3 of them unite it together to save all 5 planets. Now, this book series is a total of 5 books, and Nickelodeon are attempting to adapt all 5 of them, and not really sure they're still talking about it will be a animated movie or TV series or both, but there will be an animation adaptation that is sort of confirmed, but they're not yet sure which direction to actually take it. So they decided to make it an anime series. They have 5 books to actually work with. And they decide to actually make an animated movie. Well, you have 5 sequels or 6 if they want to stretch it out. But besides that, it is a very successful book series. But the only problem is Nickelodeon, because supposedly the person who run the sort of animation section of Nickelodeon, he is Tim Lee, the creator of Tiger Apprentice, that was sort of butchered to death in the adaptation of that book. And you can find that movie on Paramount Plus. But 100% sure he was sort of unsatisfied with the development of that project, because he actually states on this sort of paragraph there'll be a lot of changing when they actually bought the rights of the 5 worlds, because there are a lot of changes here and there. Because of those changes, they had to cut some little things here and there to make it work. So we don't know if this adaptation will be a good adaptation. Now, The whole thing or the idea how to describe it, how he said it, instead of Star Wars means the last Avatar. So yeah, basically the five worlds is basically that. I have never read the book, but it seems interesting. But at the same time, it is Nickelodeon slash Paramount. They usually butcher a lot of things. But to be fair, it is a 5 book series, and a book is really hard to adapt to an animated series. But at the same time, being other networks know how to adapt book series to animated series or animated movies. But at the same time, you have to butcher a lot of things to condense it to an hour 20 or hour and a half movie to make it work. But the question is, they can't actually get the essence of the book. To me, they never could. At least Nickelodeon, because Nickelodeon have this bad track record of adaptation. They just don't make it right now. So hopefully the creator is on board making sure at least get the soul of the book series. In fact, hopefully they do it right. Up to you how you felt about this. You think they're the right people? You think they can actually adapt this? Tell me down below. Let me know. I got nothing else to say. Just thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and have a wonderful day. Bye.